Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am showing you how I created this look. I am kind of getting into the spirit of fall and I'm ready for that fall makeup. I try to keep it to where we're slowly transitioning into fall, so it's not as dark and bold as I like to go in the fall season. So this is kind of just like a nice medium from summer to fall. I really like the way this turned out. I think it's very pretty, very wearable, nothing like extremely dark. So I think this would be really nice for a night out. It's something that I would wear during the day. I just feel like it's very wearable and it's not so dramatic that you may feel uncomfortable like going out like this. So this is what I came up with. I did use the Perception palette that is by Colourpop in collaboration with Shalya, and yeah, this is what I came up with. I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and let's go ahead and get started. I think I'm going to start off with these Wander Beauty Baggage Claim Gold Eye Masks. I got these in a BOXY charm. I think it was last month. And I haven't tried them, so I'm going to go ahead and try them today. I'm just going to let them set there while I do my eye makeup, because I am starting with eye makeup first. These feel really nice. They feel really cooling. And it's sticking on pretty well. Those are pretty big. They look really big on my face. So I've already done my eyebrows. If you want to see how I do my brows, I have a brow routine that I just uploaded a couple of weeks ago, so I'll leave it linked down below, that way you can check it out. For today, I'm just going to use my Tarte Shape Tape to prime the lids, and then I'm going to use the e.l.f. concealer, Flawless Concealer brush to blend that out. And I'm just going to set that with a little bit of translucent powder just so that all the shadows blend in really nicely. For today's look, I'm going to be using the Shalya X Colourpop Perception palette. I'm going to start with the shade Culture, and I'm just going to pop that right into the crease. And I'm going to take this pretty high because I do have hooded lids, so I have to always take my crease color up way higher than normal. Now I'm going to take the shade Revenge, and I'm going to put this in the crease as well. I'm just not going to take it up as high, but I still want to take it up high enough to where it blends in with the first shade. To smoke that out just a little bit more, I'm going to take the shade Played Out with a blending brush. This is by Coastal Scents. The number has like rubbed off. The only thing I can see is 250. So I don't know if that is the number or part of it, but that's all that's left on the brush. I'm going to take a little bit on the brush and put that towards the outer part of my eye. I really want the outer corner to be really dark and smoky, so I'm just going to go in, pack on the color, blend it out, pack it on, blend it out, and just repeat those steps until I get it to the intensity that I want. Alright, and then with the brush that we took the shade Revenge on, I'm just going to blend over those two colors together just to smoke it out and blend it a little bit more. I'm not adding any additional product, I'm just going over it with whatever's left on the brush. Now I'm going to take a little bit of the concealer that I used to prime my eyelids and just apply that towards the inner corner of the eye so that the color that I'm going to place on top will stand out a lot more and it'll have something to stick to. And I'm going to take this AOA Studio E111 brush just to kind of cut the crease, I guess you can call it. This technique doesn't really work for me because I have hooded lids, so I try my best to kind of just create somewhat of a bigger eyelid. And I'm just going to bring that in to about halfway, but I am taking it up higher than where like my crease is, just because I want you to be able to see the color. When I open my eye, if I just apply it to the bottom part, you're not going to be able to see it. So I always take that a lot higher. With my finger, I'm going to take the shade Strut and Slay, and I'm going to apply this right on top of the concealer. And I'm just going to pat it at first, and then I'll go in with a small, like, precise brush to get into like the corners and stuff. And I'm going to bring that in over the dark brown shade just so that they blend. I think I want to add a little bit of this gold right here. It's called Diva, and apply that somewhere in the center maybe. And then take my blending brush and just blend out those edges. I'm going to do a little bit of eyeliner, mascara, and pop on my lashes, and I'll be right back. So lashes are on. I used the Miss 3D Volume Lash in the number M311. They're 100% silk lashes. I get those at my local beauty supply, so check your local beauty supply to see if they have these lashes. They're only like $2 or $3. They're pretty inexpensive, and I think they look really pretty. I really like these lashes. Moving on to the face, I'm going to start by using the Catrice Cosmetics Prime and Fine Mist. And I'm just going to spray this all over. For primer today, I'm actually going to use a combination of two. I'm going to start off with the Too Faced Hangover X Primer. I'm going to put this mostly around the perimeters of my face, just because I am a little dry. For the center of my face, I'm going to use the Tatcha The Silk Canvas Primer. I've heard a lot of good things about this primer, and I wanted to try it for myself. A little goes a long way, especially if you're not using it all over your face. So basically, I just dip my finger in and grab a little bit of product and apply that to the areas where I feel like I need it. But it spreads out really nicely, so you don't need a whole lot. So even though it's kind of expensive for a primer, I feel like it'll last a really long time because you don't need much. Smells really good too. And then for foundation, I'm going with my favorite foundation, the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. I'm using the shade Sand, and I'm going to try out this e.l.f. beauty sponge. I haven't tried it. It feels kind of soft. Doesn't feel as soft as the Beauty Blender, but I'm going to try it anyway. So I'm going to just dab some of this foundation on my face and then blend it out with the sponge. Huh, it's actually not bad. It's pretty good. The foundation itself, I love it. I love the foundation. It's been my favorite for a really long time. And I love it because it just looks so pretty on the skin. It looks healthy. It doesn't look cakey. It blends really nicely. It just looks so pretty. I love the way my skin looks every time I use this foundation. And the sponge isn't bad. I feel like it doesn't soak up as much product, and it's blending everything out pretty good. I do prefer this foundation with the sponge. I don't really like it with a brush. And then for concealer, I'm going to just take my Tarte Shape Tape again. I'm almost out of this concealer, and I don't know if I want to buy it again. This has lasted me a really long time because you don't need a lot. Alright, I'm going to take my e.l.f. sponge. I'm just going to take the other side of it and blend that out. I think I want a cream contour today. So I'm going to take my Wet n Wild Mega Glow makeup stick in the shade Where's Walnut, or with that. It's really inexpensive and it's pretty good. And then I'm going to take my e.l.f. sponge again and just kind of pat over everything just to blend everything together. I said that's so weird. I'm just going to pat underneath the eye just one more time before I go in and set it. And I'm just going to take a little bit of translucent powder. I'm using the Coty Airspun translucent powder. And just applying that underneath the eye and everywhere where I applied the concealer. Not going to be baking today because that concealer is pretty drying. I feel like if you set it or bake underneath, it kind of looks a little dry on me personally. I don't know about anybody else, but if I bake with that concealer, I feel like my under eye looks really, really dry. To set the rest of the face, I'm taking the Sacha Buttercup setting powder and this multi-purpose brush from the brand Equate. I got these at Walmart. Really good brushes. I really like the way that they feel. They're really soft. And I think they were only like $3 or $4. So not expensive. Maybe six at the most. To bronze up the face, I'm taking the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Deep Bronze. And this blush brush, I believe it's a blush brush. It's the F111 by Mikasa Beauty. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on the forehead, on the cheeks, underneath the chin. Just because it's fall doesn't mean you can't look bronzy. To contour just a little bit more, I'm going to take the Hoola bronzer. And then I'm going to take that and just contour the nose. Even though we've already applied the cream contour, whatever's left, I'm just going to take it into the hairline because I want to make sure that we don't have like a space in between our bronzer and our hair because that looks weird. For blush, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes. This is in the shade Apricot in the middle. Is it apricot or apricot? Tomato, tomato. That adds a really pretty like glow to the face too. So if you wanted to skip out on the highlighter, you could, but I don't. So I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Chrome highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. And I'm using an AOA F19 brush. This is a really, really good brush for highlight especially. And it's only $1. Now let's go back and finish the eyes. First, I'm going to go in with the shade Culture, and I'm just going to buff that on the lower lash line. I'm going to take the shade Revenge and buff that underneath as well. Then with a smaller brush, this is the Smudge brush, I think. And it is by the Vintage Cosmetic Company. We did get these brushes in a boxy charm. I'm going to apply it as close to the lash line as I can so that everything just looks like smoked out and blended. I don't want to hide the other two colors I put down. I just kind of want this to transition from dark to light. And I don't bring this one all the way in just because I want to keep my eye open in the inside. For the inner corner, I'm going to take the shade TF, which we all know what that means. And I'm taking it on a Colourpop small blending brush, I think is what it's called. And I'm just going to apply that to the inner corner. I think I'm going to go in with the Maybelline highlight as well in the inner corner just because I want something more, more vibrant. I'm just going to use the Benefit Roller Lash Mascara. My camera died, so I had to charge it, but I went ahead and took advantage of fixing my hair, changing, and applying my lip color while it charged. I used the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy Lip Liner, which I don't think they have anymore. I was going to use the 1993 one, but I couldn't find it. And then I used the lipstick that is also in collaboration with Shalya and Colourpop. This is the shade Come On Sis. And over top of that, I just applied a Revlon lip gloss. This one is in the shade Sandstorm. These lip glosses are some of my favorite lip glosses. They're very moisturizing, hydrating, and they feel really nice on the lips and look really pretty. And then I set my face as well with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. But that is the completed look, you guys. I am so ready for fall. Let me know in the comments below what you're most excited for this fall. Is it the pumpkin spice lattes, the pumpkin pie, the weather, the leaves? Like, let me know what it is that you love the most and what you're most excited about for this fall season. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave and like this video if you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!